Spirits of the Round Table.
Welcome to your round table. We're your
new
spirits.
A new week. A new week, a new topic.
A new dawn has come.
Yeah.
It's a new dawn.
Listen, I'm so glad that it is the weekend.
Last week
Why did it feel like it was 4
It
million
was
years
a
old?
It was
week.
exhausting.
It really was.
Literally exhausting.
Like, I don't know. How about your
Mercury's
week?
out of retrograde.
I don't
Like,
want to talk about it.
My week was a week.
Aw,
My
we're
week-
we're having a morning session.
Yeah,
We're
this
dressed
is
in black. and
Tyler's last week before he has
literally
to...
none of us are wearing black
back to
except for
work.
KK on our pants.
I'm wearing black.
And
Where are you wearing black? On your pants? Oh.
oh,
And in his heart.
yeah, true.
And in my heart.
And in my heart as well.
And my birth chart.
Is there black in me?
My birth
No,
chart's all
baby.
black.
No, baby. You
I'm
don't
not,
have any
but-
black.
I'm not.
You're,
No.
You're a
Your
Leo,
ink on your
Libra,
leg.
Libra.
I have black ink.
Tyler has black in his brain. That's what
in
makes
his
him
brain.
black.
And in my heart.
You have a dark brain.
Your heart?
Oh, cool.
Well, we are
Here.
celebrating another week. We all went and saw the Odyssey last night, but in
Yeah.
different places.
We saw it in 40X,
40X.
which was wild.
That was wild. And where did you
Yeah.
see it?
Just regular.
Just
regular.
Regular.
Just the regular old
movie theater.
theater. Hate it for you.
Ours was like whipping us around in
We
the
were.
waves. It
We
was
were
pretty
getting
crazy.
splashed in the face, misted in
Was
the
it like
face.
IMAX like screens, or was it like a smaller
It's the
screen?
RDX screen, which is like
I can't
It
remember.
wasn't
I've only seen
huge.
it. I've only done that once.
so
I can't
yeah.
remember.
RDX is like Regal's,
I mean, it was bigger than a normal
IMAX.
screen.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
but it's not as big as an IMAX.
It wasn't
Gotcha,
huge.
Which
Yeah.
yeah, it was not. It was not the 70mm.
Got,
film,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
So yeah, we thought it all was great, and it was a fun time.
It was a fun time.
yeah.
It was a fun.
So if you've not
time.
seen it, go
Go
see it. If you haven't listened to our podcast about the Odyssey yet, go back and listen to those
Yeah.
first.
Go watch the Odious. My
Yeah,
dog's
go-
in it. He is a star.
It was not our dog.
It was.
It really wasn't Kippy.
Yes, it was.
I cried though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he looked so much like Kippy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
He
feel
did look a
little
lot like
personal.
Kippy. He
But
was.
then I've also made it Kippy's personality, and like multiple times today, he's been laying down, and I pushed him on his side, and I'm like, "Oh, Kippy, cosplaying Argos."
Oh, poor Kippy.
Poor baby. He's a sweet little baby.
So today we wanted to take some time and talk about some fun little Appalachian folklore.
Heck
Kind of stemming from our TikTok, which you would know if you went and watched us like we tell you to do
Yeah.
every single time.
Tyler's not even seen the TikTok.
Felt super bossy when you said that.
Well, I
Yeah.
have Capricorn
Yeah, he's got
moon
Capricorn
energy,
moon.
so
Well, I mean, if you want to watch it, you can. If not, then
Yeah, go
that's
join
your
our
loss.
TikTok.
yeah.
We-
Please go. Don't give them an option. Please go do it.
Yeah, please
do it.
You have no
I
other
mean,
choice but to
like,
watch it.
Like we're trying to grow that. We're gonna possibly, probably go live in a little bit because we can do that now officially.
We can officially
it's gonna
do
be
that
so
now.
crazy.
Yep.
Mhm.
So yeah, go join our TikTok if you haven't already been there. We're posting things and trying to
Yeah.
be more
Good little
regular on
boys and
TikTok.
girls.
'Cause we've done good with done good. Is that the way you say it?
We done did good.
We done
Speaking
did
of
good.
Appalachian,
Speaking of Appalachian,
We've done good on
We
being
done did
weekly here.
good.
We're gonna do better at being weekly or
Yeah.
daily over
We're
on the
weekly.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay, so we also celebrated with some Appalachian food.
Heck yeah, we
It
did.
was so good.
Some
Some
fried
chicken,
okra, fried
okra.
chicken.
Fried green tomatoes, honey.
Some-
Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
It's very much
Cucumbers
a
and
meal
tomato.
my mama would have made.
Yeah.
With the
Oh,
fresh
would.
tomatoes and fresh cucumbers.
We love
Was
sweet
it
little
cigarette
mammies.
grandma?
Cigarette grandma.
Oh, we miss her.
That's our theory. Does everybody, and if
Everyone.
you're listening, you can let us know somehow on TikTok or you can email us. But I feel like everybody has a cigarette grandma and then a more poshy grandma.
Yes, I
Yes.
did.
You
I
did?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's mom is the cigarette grandma.
My
My
mom's
dad's
almost
mom was the more like.
Is it
poshy.
always the mom's mom?
I feel like my
I
mom's
think it
mom.
may
was
Yeah,
a
it was my
cigarette
mom's
grandma.
mom too, Nancy. Old Nancy.
Oh,
And I mean-
and then my nana was very much more posh.
Yeah. my
Yeah,
dad's
and I
mom
called
was
my
very
nana posh.
Really?
Yeah, I called my nana obviously, but she was posh.
My nanny dipped. Snuff.
Your
Oh.
nana
My-
dipped snuff?
So
Hmm. Was she
my-
a cigarette grandma?
Nope.
Like she didn't
my
smoke?
dad's grandma chewed tobacco, but it was not like she was still very like She had a silk thing that she put her hair up in every night. She went
Really? Wow.
weekly to the salon to get her hair done. She never washed it. She was very bougie in the coal mining town of Appalachia,
Well,
which is funny that we're talking about Appalachia tonight.
yeah. So we wanted to just go not around the room, but we just wanted to talk about some different folklore that you would either hear growing up or things that you have seen here in Appalachia.
Or heard.
Yeah. So, Jacob, do you have a story that you wanted to tell?
I do, actually.
Okay.
So, when I was a young boy,
When he was a young warthog.
my family would always vacation in Cherokee, North Carolina, and it's very mountainous, and we would always stay at the KOA. We went with my dad's mom, and his stepdad and my aunt. And so, I was just young, and they would always tell me I had to behave, or the little folk would get me, or the little people would get me. And they said that they lived in the trees, and they were always watching. And I was kind of always scared of that. But then I also wanted to see the little people, because I was like, what do the little people look like? What do they do? What do they sound like? Because I ask a million questions, and I'm a very visual person, so I was asking them the questions. But I never did see a little person or hear a little person.
Yeah.
But it's wild because, and this is not a diss at your family, but, for them to, I feel like they would not view that the same now, because those are demons.
I don't think they'd say that, but
They were also probably trying to control you a little bit, because I could see you being the kid needing.
I was
the
actually
the kid.
I
with
was
the leash,
actually
you were
a
the kid
very well-minded child, and I don't know what happened, but I was very
You're
good.
well-minded now.
Yeah,
I think though that's kind of one of the parts of folklore is that a lot of these stories were ways to keep children
It was to control.
in line,
Yeah,
right?
it was a form of control.
But there actually are tales of little people in the Cherokee Nation, and it was like a race of magical spirit beings. So they were they would reach up to a person's knees. They had very long hair. They loved to sing and dance. And they often assisted humans by finishing chores or guiding lost children.
I should have got lost.
I feel like a lot of the folklore too is a mixture of Native American folklore mixed with the Scots.
That's what I said last
100%. Yeah.
It very much feels that way because the fairy, there's an offshoot of that, and then you've got things like the what is it? Is it Wendigo?
The Wendigos.
Wendigo. Sorry.
Yeah.
That so you've got things like that. So I think it feels very much like a mixture of those two things.
Yeah.
And I've also heard a lot of it is now it's not the little people like you were talking about, but it I think some of it was control. I think some of it was born out of things that happened, and it just over the years it made it creepier. Have you ever heard a fox scream at night?
Oh, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Sounds like a woman screaming.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Or,
it's like bloody murder.
Like a mountain lion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've looked it up. It's crazy.
If you ever get a chance, YouTube or just Google a fox screaming or a bobcat, it sounds like woman.
Yeah.
In the middle of the woods late at night.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it became a don't go out there because it could be a dangerous animal, and then it became more of don't go out there because
it's a warning.
It's a creature
that
we don't know, and so it kind of became more mystical kind of thing. So I feel like half of it probably is true. It's control, don't go out there. But it's also, I think, it just was born of something real and kind of became more mythical in time, which is most things do.
It's the boogeyman under the bed.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Stay in bed.
Yep.
Don't go to your closet, which you've had some experiences with closets recently, Kaylin.
Yeah.
But don't look in your closet, and it's a
don't
stay in your bed.
Don't
look in the tree lines at night.
Keep
it's the same type of mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Not it's borderline fear. Put the fear in you, but also keep your kids in line.
Right. Did you guys ever hear of when you were little the story that they would tell around the fire of the person with the really long finger?
And
yes.
So that comes from an actual
what else happens with it?
spear finger, which is a Cherokee witch She had a long stone finger that was used to pierce victims and steal their livers.
I never heard of that one.
So she could disguise herself as an old woman and lure children away from safety.
My gosh.
And so many historians believe this legend was used to teach children not to wander into the woods at night. But I remember that story around the fire. It's
That's
like
crazy.
the long finger person. Yeah.
Long finger.
I feel like we're having like a remaking of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh,
The Midnight Society.
oh, that was so fun.
That was a fun show.
I love that show.
I'll tell my story of what I've seen. So
yes, I love this one.
oh, hold on, my mic is falling.
If it's the one I'm thinking of.
You're talking about the Wampus cat?
Cattywampus, yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, probably maybe 9 or 10, I was jumping on the trampoline outside. And for those of you who don't know, I lived in the woods, these woods that I live in right now, pretty much all my life. My house, when I grew up, was on the other side of the woods that I'm on. And I was jumping on the trampoline. And when I would get high enough on the trampoline, you could see the edge of the wood. And so I was just enjoying my time out there as a child, jumping up and down. And I look to the edge of the wood, and I see a black cat that is larger than a dog and more like slinky.
Like, are we talking like dog?
Bigger than
just for the
Kippy.
people out there, like a golden retriever type dog?
It was a little smaller than a golden retriever.
Okay.
I would say it probably could have been like a Shetland.
Okay.
Like a Shetland sheepdog. It was about that size.
Good sized dog for a cat.
But it was a cat.
Yeah.
I could tell it was a cat. It had cat face, cat ears, cat tail, and it was long and slinky. And so I saw it as I was jumping, and it freaked me out so bad that I literally jumped right off the trampoline and ran to the house and locked the door.
I mean, as one would.
Yeah.
And so do you think it was like a Black Panther?
Well, I told my mom and dad what I saw, and they said that was a Wampus cat.
Yeah.
And so I think there are several different stories that we hear around here about Wampus cats. And one of them is that a Wampus cat is just like some sort of knockoff of a panther that lives in the woods. That's basically just an animal. And there's another story that's actually of Cherokee legend as well, that is the woman who was spying on her husband while he was in like a tribal meeting, and he turned her into a cat, like a panther. So that's that's half cat, half woman sort of story.
Oh.
So that's the
Good old Rocky
mythological.
Apparently they have 6
Wampus
legs
cat.
also.
Yeah. Apparently they do.
Did
But
yours have 6 legs?
I think they do.
Did yours that you seen have
No,
6 legs?
mine didn't. Mine was
She's like,
just a
I
cat.
did not give myself enough time to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No.
She's like, holy shit.
Well,
Yeah.
the one
done.
I'm looking at, it's like they have 6 legs.
The
but
mythological
yeah.
Wampus cat, yeah. And so I told my parents, they said it was Wampus cat, and they've said they actually have heard them in the middle of the night because they thought that there was a woman screaming in the woods one night.
Oh my God.
But it was a cat. And around here, they'll tell you that panthers don't exist in these woods.
Bobcats do, though.
Bobcats do.
Yeah, and they sound like a woman being murdered.
But my cat was black.
That's true.
And I think, we have a park here named after panthers.
Panthers, yeah.
Yeah.
Panther
And-
Creek, yeah.
And so even though the wildlife people will tell you there's no panthers, I've heard many people that backwoods
Why
people
are you gonna name a
have
state
said that
park
there's panthers.
Panther Creek?
Yeah.
but
Right.
there's
Why would there
not?
not be a panther?
Yeah.
That's wild.
So that's what I've seen. Have you guys ever seen or remember anything your parents or grandparents would tell you?
I mean, just like don't look at the edge of the woods.
Yeah.
Don't. If you hear something you didn't.
Yeah.
That was always our thing. Because like I also grew up, like ours was more. We had a literal moonshine still about a mile into the woods behind our house.
Yeah.
And Dad was always like, we don't go past this point because
Okay. Yeah.
we didn't know if it was active.
Right.
We
Or
had
who
some
was
rough people
controlling
in
it,
our
yeah.
area. But it was always if you hear something, you didn't. That was
Yeah.
always my dad's like, if you hear
Right.
something, you didn't. So I would always, nighttime, this is going to sound crazy because I'm not now. I'm the polar opposite. But as a kid, I was scared of everything.
Yeah.
Like walking in at night, I was like, run to the porch, run
Yeah,
in the house,
me too.
lock the door.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm just like, please, if you want me, take me. You know, like it's fine. Do what you're gonna do. But I think it also, what you'd said in the video that you posted on our TikTok, if you watched it,
So judgy.
talking about like you were scared because that's what we've been conditioned to do, but now it's like, why? Like,
Right. Yeah.
I kind of want to. If
Kinda
someone's
wanna
talking,
see something.
if you're talking to me, like,
Yeah.
I mean, is it the stupid white girl in a scary movie that talks back to
Maybe.
it? You know, maybe, but like, what a fun story. Like,
Yeah.
we asked to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say, for some things, yes. There's some things still I don't do religiously. One of the things I was always told was you don't whistle into the woods at night.
Yeah, whistle into the
Still
woods,
to this day, I don't do that religiously.
Oh, I will.
Well, you know why they tell you not to do that, right?
Because it calls it like
It attracts evil
yeah.
spirits.
Mm-hmm.
And so
But how do we know they're evil?
well, you go ahead and test it. But I also, like, I kind of go with it the same as like a lot of Louisiana stuff they do.
Oh yeah.
I'm very much, if someone tells me, hey, you don't do
That's
this in
valid.
certain areas, you don't do this, I don't do it. And in the same way, I kind of relate that to, that's one of the big key things is like,
That's valid.
it very much always, that was one of the things, I don't know, I don't think I ever said this, but that was one of the big things when we watched Sinners, I thought of.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was the first thing, that was one of the things that popped in my head was playing the song attracts the evil
Oh, yeah.
spirits.
Mm-hmm.
I thought of whistling in the woods.
Kind of the same of like putting a welcome mat at your front door. You're kind
Yeah.
of
Mm-hmm.
welcoming that into your home.
And
Right.
so that was like one of the things, still kind of religiously, I'm like, no, don't do it.
That's fair.
So
That's fair.
Yeah, that is fair. So some other forest rules that we've heard around here is if the forest suddenly becomes quiet
Yeah.
and silent, you leave.
Yeah.
But once again, I think that's probably built off of something that was, because I've heard, what was it, like whenever it's like the whole thing, like when like an animal, like a large cat
Yeah.
is after you, when they're closer, they get quiet.
They get quiet.
Yeah.
And
'Cause they're about to
they
pounce.
stop.
So I feel like that's like
And then all the bugs and all the birds get quiet as well.
yeah, because they don't want to be
because they
sought
don't want
out.
to be caught. And so
Yeah.
I've always heard, now I don't know if this is true, this is more just speculation, but I have heard that that's like supposed to be kind of a adaptation onto something that actually was, like, it probably means there actually is danger around, but then it became more of there's something evil lurking.
Yeah.
Evil.
Well, there was that one night that we were outside your
Oh, yeah.
house here, Jacob,
Oh,
me
yeah.
and you, and we were just like talking normal, and it had mountain lion. It had to be something.
It
It
was
sounded
I
like
don't know what
cats
it
fighting.
was.
It was
It was
crazy.
wild,
That's crazy.
and we all just stopped, looked at each other. Kaylin turned on her heels and walked back in. We turned and went into the car, and like
didn't-
no one texted,
yeah.
no one did anything until about 5 minutes later, and we were like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like literally,
Yeah.
what was that?
We didn't even
It was so
we didn't
weird.
even, like,
recognize
say
it
goodbye.
at the
It
moment.
sounded so
It was
close.
just like, okay.
Okay.
And then we left.
It was just like
Yeah.
everyone went their separate ways.
I went inside, they left.
Yeah.
It was so.
It was
And
like
people, but the thing
11:30
is,
at
like on
night,
our
too.
local Facebook group, people were, if you remember,
Talking
posting
hearing
about it, they're like,
something strange.
"Did
Yeah.
anyone hear anything?"
Yeah.
And it was
That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah, that was
"We did. We
weird.
heard it."
Yeah, it was so very weird.
Some other things that I've heard is don't follow lights into the woods, which
Oh yeah.
I think
like-
I would probably be tempted.
Yeah.
Like the sprites.
It's a little
on
fairy.
Brave. Yeah.
If it was dark, I would not go into the woods.
I would.
I would.
Yeah, especially out here. I don't know about other parts of the woods, but here I would.
Really?
Yeah, certain parts I wouldn't. And I wonder, I feel like I'm trying to bring logic into this. I wonder if that was something, this is really dark, but what if, I wonder if that was something like to keep like kids safe kind of thing?
Yeah.
Because like back in those times, I would assume you would,
Lanterns walking in the
well,
woods
you got
or
to think
something?
you would
Lightning
have,
bugs.
especially like West Virginia,
Mm-hmm.
deep woods. You're gonna have moonshiners, probably some
Yeah.
sketchy
Yeah.
kind of
people
the same.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
in the
Yeah.
woods at night. And I mean, I guarantee you, parents probably told kids like, "Hey, if you see a lot in the woods, don't follow it because
Yeah.
That makes
it's probably
sense.
some shady character
Right,
that you're
yeah.
walking up on."
Some
Yeah.
I can
shady
see that
So
for
I
character.
sure.
wonder if
That
that's
and
kinda
like, there's always been that like negative undertone too, like especially in the South and the Bible Belt.
Mhm.
people gathering in the woods at night usually probably has some form of demonic, like they're doing some kind of witchcraft out there.
I guarantee you that's a
a blood sacrifice.
Celtics probably met when they came from.
They did on Scotland. They did on Outlander.
Saying,
that's how she turned into the Stones.
But whenever they came from Scotland and
Ireland,
they didn't drop those things, but they had to do it in secret.
Yep.
So you go out into the woods, and that's where you do that stuff.
I'd say a lot of it is carry over. But I mean, to go back to what you were saying, if I were to be in the Cherokee National Forest, I'm not going out in no woods over there. Like, I don't know those woods.
Would here because I trust these woods.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I won't.
You grew up in these woods,
right? Yeah. I know
have you walked every inch of these woods?
Me. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I have.
You've walked every inch of them?
Every inch of the part that's on the property that we owned.
Oh,
yeah.
That's so cute. At day or night?
Well, day. I've not walked it all at night.
Have you seen anything?
But
that tonight.
I have walked through them at night.
Let's do it tonight.
No.
I mean, I would.
I would do it. I brought my tinnies.
Oh.
I'm in Berks.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Okay. Some other things are to never disturb strange rock piles.
Yes.
Well,
don't do that.
That's a fairy trap.
Speaking of fairies, so since there was a lot of Scottish and Irish immigration here, there's a lot of families that still had beliefs about the good people.
Yeah.
So some traditions included don't thank them, don't invite them inside, you leave cream or bread, avoid lone hawthorn trees, which we've talked about before.
Yeah.
Don't dig up any fairy mounds. And so that is, I like this area because it borrows from Scottish, Irish, Cherokee, and even some German mythology, and it brings it all together, and that's what really became Appalachia. So
I still think that's
because we were all part of it at one point.
Yeah, well, I think that's the coolest part. Well, yeah, I mean, that's one thing I told Kaylin when we were in Scotland. I said no one can convince me that Pangea was not a thing at one point. Yeah, but also too, it's neat when you go to the Highlands or even Ireland, but more Scotland. You see the hills and the mountains and stuff, and you're like, you very much understand why a lot of the Irish and the Scots especially settled in this area or settled in the Appalachian area because it was the closest to home. Like
it feels like home.
There's much more of a mystical feeling in Scotland. But every time you would see,
so old.
That's
I mean, the land is still
the original. It's there's something about
it's also it's unoriginal to us. So I wonder. I mean, outside of like the geopolitical climate, do you think when Scots come here, they're like,
100%.
Holy shit, this was like home? You know what I'm saying? Like they may not get the longing that we get for being there, because of who we are, but it's still like I can see that being like this feels home to me.
Honestly, I think the World Cup opened my eyes to a lot of that too. Like seeing Scots and just Europeans in general come over here, and they, like for the most part that I saw, which I try to keep my algorithm as positive as possible anyways, but like a lot of the stuff I saw is like they were enjoying how, and that is the cool part I will say about the United States is you can go to any landscape you want to and stay within the United States.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like we have everything. We have sand dunes. We have,
and when you think about we don't think about it because we live in the United States, but like in most countries, that's not a thing. Like
we literally
have the landscape everything. Is pretty relatively.
It's like the equivalent of being in the Sahara Desert. You know what I'm saying? Like you can go to like the Badlands and it's hotter than fucking dry and sand. You know what I'm saying? Like we've got everything. We've got a whole lake that's made of salt, just like the Dead Sea. I mean, we've got all of that shit.
But I think that's, and like you said, they might see it as home, but I still think there's a longing for places like that because that's like the original land.
That's the OG.
Does that make sense what I'm saying?
My friend that's from Scotland, when his parents would come visit, they said they loved coming here because it felt like home to them, but it had Walmarts. And they loved the Walmarts.
That's fair.
That was funny. I saw like a bunch of Europeans when they came over for the World Cup. They were fascinated by
the
like
Walmart.
The
Walmarts and the storms.
Buc-ee's,
like the fact
Buc-ee's
that we had.
I
saw
they
that
were
too.
Fascinated
Buc-ee's.
by that. That was cool.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about like the Tesco in Inverness that we love so much, that is their form of a grocery store.
Yeah.
So when they come here and they see Walmart, they're like, "Holy shit, this thing is huge!"
It's a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So have you guys ever heard of haint blue?
Yes.
Haint blue.
It's where you paint it
Yeah.
So the haints don't get you?
You paint the porch
blue. Yeah.
blue so the haints can't get you.
Yeah. I've seen that.
You keep a broom by your front door.
I have heard. Yep, I knew that one.
Iron objects near the entrance and bells on the door.
It's so funny because we have a broom by our front door. It's just because we're too lazy to put it up. Actually, no, I think we ended up putting it in the building, didn't we?
I made another TikTok about that too.
Yeah, but yours is like a cute little like. Ours is like the industrial like.
Okay.
It's not industrial. It's made out of wood.
It is, but it's like hers is like
broom.
It's just a regular broom.
Have you got the Mothman? Do you have that one?
I don't
your
have that
list?
on here, but that's from West Virginia. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's in West Virginia.
Yeah,
Mothman
tell us
was
about
like
it.
kind of this winged creature, I think like 12 feet tall,
with a nice
red,
ass.
He does have a nice booty.
He got that juicy booty.
like piercing red eyes, and so there was the two things that I'd read on it was one. It was famous because it was supposed to be. They think it caused like the destruction of bridges and stuff like that, and so it was more of just like this ill omen. Like if you see or encounter it, it's like going to bring.
So people in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, they were seeing these Mothman like figures, and then the bridge collapsed.
Yes.
So they all started blaming it on the Mothman. But like they have festivals for him now, so it's like.
I mean, we have a flag. Someone gave Jacob a pride flag at his work, which is so funny, but it's got Mothman on it.
Yeah,
that's so
we
funny.
do not have a hung up, but.
But yeah, that one's supposed to bring like ill omens and stuff, I think.
So speaking of omens, there's a lot of death omens. So when the signs that you would watch for before someone died would be something like the clocks stopping or birds at windows, candles extinguishing, mysterious knocking, dreams involving your teeth falling out, and phantom.
I've had some of those
Funeral processions.
I've had teeth or dreams like I had braces and my teeth fell out. I've looked it up though, but that's beside the point. But I feel like I would love the birds though. Like if I was about to die, I want to see a bunch of birds show up in my window because I feel like they're like it's the spirits. Like they're like ready to guide you.
Hoot owl. I hear a lot of things about the hoot
owl.
Yes. Well, that's another one that has like a streaming sound to it too.
That's true.
Owls.
It
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently, if you hear an owl hoot by your door 3 nights in a row or something, it means someone's going to die.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I've always heard that like it comes in threes when people die.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big.
Yeah.
Well, that's just an apple. Like
and see,
everything comes in threes. Like your washer breaks, your dryer breaks, and your stove goes out. Like it's always.
First doors are ballast.
I'm trying to remember what's just southern and
now
what's
it's a dryer.
Appalachian because I feel like that's what's getting.
That's I feel like the threes thing is southern because that's.
Yeah. I mean,
that's like
they cross over obviously.
Yeah.
But like I feel like there's very distinction between things that are Appalachian and then things that are just southern. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
isn't another thing like covering your mirrors when someone dies too? Like
I have heard of that.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they used to do funerals where they set up with the dead.
Oh yeah. And they would take
like
the
a
Jewish. The Jewish still do that. They have
the
their
Irish do that as well.
They have their what is it called?
It would be so creepy.
They sit shiv.
Oh, is that what they call
Yeah,
it?
now I've heard of sitting shiv is like
where it's like you stay
like
for 7 days.
7 days
Well, I guess it's not with the dead.
I don't think it's with. I don't know.
Is that where the
might
wake
be.
comes from though? Like where we have a wake where
It's an Irish wake. They sit
where we go.
with the body there.
Yeah, now that's
and that's what
they
we do
actually sit
now
with
when
the
we
body.
like a viewing of the body when they call it a wake. Is that the same? Is that where we
I
get it
think
from?
Yeah, but like an Irish wake will usually last for like 7 days or something.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
smelly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I cannot.
And I think that stems back from people not knowing if you have
Actually died.
actually died. Yeah. I'm hearing
Like where they used to do the bells, like where they would put. What was that?
Saved by the Bell.
No, it was the. Well,
Where
that's,
you knock and
no, they would. They had a. It was like a pandemic, not a pandemic, but like a. They started putting bells on graves because they were afraid. People were afraid that they were burying people that weren't dead. That way,
And
the
that's
bell would
where
be there, and
Saved
you
by
could
the Bell
pull.
comes from.
No shit.
Yeah. When
Really?
you're saved by the bell. It's because you ring the bell and they said, okay, they're ringing the bell. Let's pick them back up.
TV show is Zach Morris.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So to run through some just quick sayings that people probably heard. 3 knocks with nobody there. Means don't answer.
Yep.
A bird flying inside the house foretells death. Hearing your name called in the woods, don't answer.
Caleb.
Whistling after dark attracts unwanted spirits, which Tyler's already talked about. Never count the stars, which I've not heard that one.
I've not heard that either.
Me either.
Never rock an empty rocking chair. I have heard that. Never sweep over someone's feet or they'll never marry.
The sweeping thing, I've heard a version of that. I don't know if it's sweeping over. I think it's something like, this might be completely wrong, but I swear it's something like you can't sweep the porch
on New Year's Day.
Yes.
Or you'll sweep away your
sweep
life.
away
That's
your
what it is.
life.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That was. I knew it was something to do with sweeping the front porch. Yeah.
A death watch beetle means someone will die. Dogs howling at night are seeing spirits.
Well, I don't disagree that dogs and cats can see spirits.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
And then breaking a mirror brings bad luck, which we've all heard.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me of New Year's traditions. We have a lot around here. So don't sweep, don't wash your hair, don't wash your clothes.
Wash your clothes was a big one. Yeah.
And we always ate black-eyed peas and hog jaw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hog jaw.
And collard greens for money and
It's so good.
It's so
I love
funny.
it.
I do love a good
We do
New
a big
Year's.
like family get together, and it's always black-eyed peas. It's always collard greens and stuff like that.
Who's fixing
So
the collard greens?
I want to switch gears just a little bit and still talk about Appalachia, but also talk about the Appalachian mix of Christianity and witchcraft.
Okay.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So this is typically called Appalachian.
It's like what?
I'm interested.
Appalachian granny magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, I love it.
So
There's so much of that too. So much of it. Yeah.
the word witchcraft is, you're often thinking of cauldrons and spell books, but what existed in Appalachia would be better described as folk magic or Christian magic. To people practicing it, there was often no contradictions between believing deeply in Jesus and performing these protective rituals. So, like we've talked about, the mountains was settled with a melting pot of Scots, Irish, English, German, and other European settlers alongside Native Americans. So with all of these things combined, you can take some of the Cherokee herbal medicine, right, and then many of the other rituals that would come from Ireland and Scotland with the bringing in of Christianity and create this whole new sort of idea of Christianity. So what makes it different from just typical witchcraft is that the power was believed to come from God, right? The God of the Bible. And a granny woman would be a respected healer, right? And they might say something like, I don't heal you, the Lord does, right? How many times have we probably heard that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. Many a time.
But this granny might have gathered yarrow, might have gathered boneset or mullein from the woods and make a tea, or laid her hands on someone
Like
and
a Christian apothecary.
Yeah.
Literally.
But that makes sense because like in Southern homes, like the matriarch of the family is always kind of like, at least growing up in a Christian home, the grandma or great grandma is kind of like the what do you call it? Like the prayer warrior.
Yeah.
Of
prayer
the
warrior.
family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I remember that was always a thing. Like when my mom, when we were sick, Mom would be like, "We're gonna call, we'll pray and we'll call Mama and she'll pray."
Yeah.
And that was always kind of, so that kind of, I feel like that translates in over to that a little bit.
And they would pray and they would use things found in the Bible as their magic. So like they would pray Psalm 23 for protection, or Psalm 91 against evil spirits. They saw the book of Psalms almost like a book of incantations, but not because it was magic in the occult sense, but because it was scripture and itself had divine power. So that brings to the whole point up of prayer is a spell. It's something you're casting into the universe to God to try and bring a certain outcome of something. But something interesting too is that this is where it takes a little bit more of a turn that probably we haven't experienced. But deep within the woods, there's these people that have the gift.
Oh, yeah.
And this is people who could stop bleeding, pull out a fever. They could blow on a wound and bring out out the redness, out the pain, right? They could heal thrush in babies. They could lift fire from the burns, and they could remove evil eyes that you had upon you.
Oh my gosh.
So doing that in the name of Christianity, in the name of the Christian God, is just another form of witchcraft.
Yeah.
Using the Christian sense, right?
It's interesting because growing up in a Pentecostal church,
I've
seen some of this stuff.
Yeah.
That's
which
wild.
is very interesting.
And I knew people who mom thought she can speak to God because she can have dreams and it can show her what's happening or what needs to change.
Now the dreams and visions and stuff like that's a big thing. I mean, I'm sure that's probably not just Pentecostal, but like the having dreams and stuff of like things coming to pass and prophesying.
It's prophecy.
And all that stuff. Yeah. Well, that's like when they would speak in tongues at church. You would. It's really weird growing up Pentecostal because you would hear people speak in tongues, but if someone spoke in tongues and it was loud and it was like it got really quiet and you could just hear the speaking in tongues, there would be. I've sat in services before where it was 5 minutes of silence because you had to wait for someone to interpret the tongues.
Oh wow!
And so someone would speak in tongues. It was really loud, and it was like it's really creepy because they were speaking really loud, and it got like deathly quiet, and then they would stop, and then no one would speak until someone would quote unquote interpret what was said.
So when people speak in tongues, do you think that they were actually just saying gibberish?
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah. So as someone who, when they were younger, spoke in tongues, I didn't know what I was doing. I just was mimicking things.
Can you tell me what it sounds like?
Literally.
I mean, yeah, it's very gibberish.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you spoke in tongues?
It makes me think of Weeds. Where do you remember in Weeds, Jacob, where the forest fire's happening and they go to the like the safety place and like the Olsen twins, like she's like in there playing the song and everyone's like shabba-la-la-la-la-la. You remember that on Weeds? No? Okay. They were like all these people like in a circle and they're all just like everyone's high, but they're like speaking in tongues. It's funny.
So did this happen in the Pentecostal world? Because apparently with the gift, they think they can pass it down to other people, but they only did it on certain days like Christmas Eve, Good Friday, or other holy days.
So it wasn't so much, there was like gifts that would be passed down to people, but it wasn't so much like there wasn't certain days it was passed down.
Okay.
No, it wasn't like that.
It
might be in more like
Deep Woods, Pentecostal stuff.
You got Deep Woods Pentecostal that handle snakes and stuff. So I will say we went to one, and they didn't do it when we were at the service, but I'm pretty sure we had went to like see a speaker or something. And I'm pretty sure they handled snakes.
Oh,
because I had heard people talk about it. They didn't do it at the service, but on like a regular service, I think they
was that in Tennessee, or was that like? Because I know they do that a lot in Kentucky, like a lot in Kentucky.
It was actually in Virginia.
Okay,
where we went, and so, I remember, and once again, I was really young when it happened, but I swear I remember hearing people talk, and it was backwoods, so it very much fit the framework of it. But I mean, we never at my services we never did anything like that.
Yeah.
Was speaking in tongues like a badge of honor?
It's like you had officially
made contact with God.
So yes and no. It was seen as like a closeness to God. It was what's called baptism in tongues.
Okay.
And so in baptism in tongues, like that's when you get the gift of speaking in tongues. And like I mean, now I think it's bullshit, but like. I mean, I spoke in tongues, and I can still say I was 14, 15 when I did it, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was repeating what I'd heard.
Yeah, you kind of learn, but it also makes you know that pretty much everyone else is probably doing the same thing.
Now that I'm older, yeah. But it's weird because I mean, my parents still speak in tongues. So, but I mean, that's just they believe that.
Yeah.
But
it kind of goes into the whole music thing. Like when you hear that church song and your hair stands up on the back of your neck, you hear someone doing it, and it makes you feel something that almost connects you to that power. You know what I'm saying? Like
I've never
it kind
felt
of
that.
it makes you
Never.
but the thing is I hear it with like, I mean, you know, my earworms that I get on
Trevor.
Broadway shows.
Well, I mean,
you
I've
know,
never
and it's
heard
like
it
I'll
at
have
church,
well, I know, but I'm saying
yeah.
like I did. Like I would there were so
Yeah.
many songs. Even now, I can listen to Oceans and I'm like, holy shit,
I
like
can get emotional.
he
still.
called me out
But
upon the water, and I'm like, hell yeah, walk on that water, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? It's like
it's a religious experience. You can have religious
yeah.
experiences with a lot of things, but growing up, when that's all you've really experienced, you're like, oh, that's God, that's Jesus.
Yeah.
And then you realize, like, no, it's just kind of a religious experience that, and you kind of have that.
Yeah.
But you
what
have
I
that
call
in
a
so
religious
many other
experience
areas.
with any, like with lots of music. I
Yeah.
have that with.
Yeah.
And a lot of different things. That's why I never understood the fact that all church services are the same. You sing and then you preach, and it's like you've got to get amped up before you can preach, because
they're the opening act for the
Yes.
preacher.
Exactly. So it just
See, I had a very opposite sort of growing, not opposite, but just different. Like when we went to the Brooklyn Tabernacle as a group, as our choir group, they started speaking in tongues, and the youth pastor looked at us and it was like, we don't believe in this. We don't believe in this.
That was a Baptist thing, because it was like
would have been running the aisles.
oh, we ran aisles.
I've seen,
like I've there's been plenty of like
we didn't run the aisles.
The cult that I went to, when I got kicked out of, like when it was revival time, there would be men like running up and down the aisles, never speaking in tongues.
My preacher would like jump on the pews and everything, and he was like yelling.
I had a preacher run on top of the pews one time.
Yes.
Oh wow.
No, absolutely not
Speaking in tongues was viewed as demonic. We viewed it as like.
Yeah, we did too.
Like it was because there was something in the Bible, I can't remember, but it was like someone in the Bible, somewhere, I can't remember where it was, but like basically like they called the demons out of it because they were speaking like in a.
So that was demon possession when they were. I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Once again, we learned all this stuff because it was like false prophets and stuff, and so that was supposed to be the mocking of the baptism of the Holy Ghost, but. What we did was you would read about the day of Pentecost is what it was called, and so that was
when the tongues
after
or
Jesus
whatever
had already ascended.
Fire tongues came down.
And so the disciples met in the upper room.
Just picturing a bunch of flaming tongues.
The disciples met in the upper room, and they all spoke in tongues.
A bunch of mouths with Jacobs going and just falling from the sky on fire.
Fire, yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how it.
I see all these like Pentecostal videos on TikTok, and they crack me up.
I love putting them to metal music.
Yeah,
the
little girl, she's like,
yeah. No, so I don't even know. Like, I don't know how I would have survived living in the world that you grew up in.
It's just the norm. I mean, that's just the norm. But yeah, it's weird looking back. But I mean, that was normal to me. Mm-hmm. Like going to a Baptist church was boring.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure it was.
At least you were a guy too, and you didn't have to wear a skirt everywhere.
No, we weren't like that. We didn't.
You weren't like skirt wearing.
You didn't have to like wear your hair a certain way. You didn't have to like not wear makeup. Now, you get there's different levels to Pentecostal churches. We were much more of a you could I guess say New Age Pentecostal church.
Oh, okay.
Pentecostal.
You could kind of I mean honestly.
What'd you say?
As far as
the liberal Pentecostal.
As far as Pentecostals go, yeah, you could definitely say that because you've got some.
I mean, I've seen some where
you've
like
even got
the
like
girls,
Baptists, like missionary Baptists.
The girls are like not wearing makeup, but they're like doing everything natural with like staining their lips with like certain juices, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, oh, honey, just go to Target, just go buy a lip kit from Target, you know.
But
they won't.
Like could guys wear jeans?
Yeah. Well, they even in like the higher level of Pentecostal, I feel like
because you got kicked out for wearing jeans.
Well, that was Baptist.
That's what I'm saying.
And that was on a Wednesday night.
Was it missionary Baptist?
No, it was. We were just Tennessee Avenue Baptist. It was Southern Baptist through and through. We were part of that Southern Baptist conference.
A lot of times you'll find I think it's missionary Baptist are more hardcore on the
skirts and stuff.
Yeah, like the kind
Mine
of
was
form
free
of
will
how
Baptist.
you're supposed to. Yeah, free
but
will
you didn't
Baptist.
have any free will though, did you?
Hell no, not until I got out of that.
But yeah, there's a lot of certain Baptists that are much, and there's some Pentecostals that are like that, especially like old school Pentecostals.
Yeah,
like a a lot of the elderly people didn't like certain things. Like, they would look down on you if you, like tattoos.
Yeah.
Didn't like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like certain piercings, like too many piercings.
Yeah.
And once again, it wasn't like it was, no one would say anything, but the old people had a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was
grown men having long hair.
We had
Really?
we had so many men in ours because tattoos were taboo. Like no, but they had like their veteran tattoos, like men. Like deacons would have like that American flag from where they fought in Nam.
Yeah.
You know, and that was okay. Like that was fine because they served our country and they
I still
did the Lord's
know
work.
people that were at that church and family members that pretty much the only reasons they think you would have a tattoo is if you served in the armed forces or you went to prison.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah,
Okay.
honestly.
Yeah.
Speaking of church, my mom called me before we came here, and she was like, "Well, we're having homecoming if you want to come tomorrow." And I said, "Oh, I've got plans." She's like, "Everybody's wanting to see you. Sorry, don't want to see them."
It was it was a short call. Like, I mean,
She
the
knows
awkwardness
now.
of the shortness of the call, because he was like, "Mom's calling again." He went, stepped off. I heard him talk for like 30 seconds and then came back out. And he was like,
Well, she called me yesterday, which she never calls me.
2 days in a row.
I guess she was probably calling me yesterday to probably invite me to this. She only calls me to invite me to that or church or whatever, which is kind of annoying. Or like every 3 months. But anyways, that's beside the point. I don't want to go to church. I was in church for 21 years.
You're preaching to the
and
choir.
Yeah, you
3
don't
of
have
us are
to.
listening.
You
She's
don't
trying to-
have to describe it to us.
pray the gay away, but sorry, you don't think I didn't try to do that, Billy?
So there was one other thing I was going to bring up, but I forgot what it was. Anyway, so yeah, we kind of went on a little tangent here, but that's fine because this is,
I mean,
Appalachia is very
it's a very
now it is very Christian. It's very
Yeah.
Christian. It's kind of I mean, there's more of us that lie in the shadows than I think that people know of that are like we are.
Well, I think a lot of people our age have been burned. Literally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I have nothing wrong with it. I'm not going to willingly go.
No.
If there's a very, very, very special occasion, you know what I'm saying? A death.
Right. A death.
Or someone
Or
graduating.
I've already
or
seen all my
yeah.
nephews get baptized, so I'm good.
Yeah,
right? I
or
don't
like
have
a
to do that
graduation type of thing, a
Yeah.
family. You know what I'm saying? Like if they have
I
some
will
kind
go
of
on
celebration.
Christmas Eve
Yeah,
because my nephews will skin me alive if I don't.
I think
no,
that's the
not
thing
even, that's not a
too.
special occasion to me.
No.
With like Christianity around here too, it's hard not to be. So I take Christianity like every other religion. You know, if you practice it, and it's how you make sense of the world, and you can be respectful to other people,
Yes,
go for it. I think one of the hard things that we have, and I think a lot of people around here have, is we're jaded specifically towards Christianity.
Yeah.
Because we've seen,
Yeah.
and that's the thing too. I mean, historically, a lot of religions are terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
have done. I mean, we've done more as a human species in the names of not just Christianity, in religion. We've done horrible acts, right? But like, I feel like we see a lot more of how quote unquote Christian people treat people.
It's the issue that religious extremism. We view every other religion as extremist, but Christianity, and I just posted about this the other day on Instagram, Christian nationalist has become its own political movement, just like Islam, just like, and the thing is that it's more, it is more, and I will scream this to the mountains, it is more extreme than other religions.
Yeah, I think that also kind of plays into it too, of like where we do have kind of this negativity towards Christianity in general, more than other religions, because not only do, especially like here in the South, because not only is it kind of pushed in our face a lot, being from the Bible Belt, being in this area, but we now see it on a national level too.
Yes.
So much more.
A global level.
Well, but
it's global.
Okay, I think you see it more on the national level too, where it's pushed in your face with With
to be honest, we don't get to see that much in the other parts of the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like our news is very much.
Yeah. But we are pushing our agenda as a whole.
How is that any different than Sharia law? Please
it's not. Me. It's not. That's what I'm saying. We are pushing our agenda though, globally.
Yeah.
It has branched out. We have taken away what America was built on, a separation of church and state, what we were trying to escape. We have taken away that and we have built it. We are literally a nation of Christianity. We don't have that separation anymore.
I think
are we live now?
I was about to go live.
Do it, baby, do it.
I think that's what I was saying too, though.
Do it. I'm feisty. I got my bush light and I'm ready to go.
I think you see it like Christianity on like a national level where it's being pushed, but like you said, I mean, you see that in other parts of the world, but like you see Islam being pushed in some parts of the world and being pushed in people's face.
But you know what?
You see the Jewish religion being pushed.
The difference though is Islam, it's a very controlling religion when it comes to how they treat their people. You know what I'm saying? Like Muslims, like Afghans, all of that. Like they have a very controlling, like women do not have rights. I hate that for them. It's disgusting. But they don't try to push that on us. What do? We try to push our shit on everyone.
I would have to disagree with you on that. I think Abrahamic religions, no matter what, push their religion on other people. I think I know what you're saying because I think we see it more from the Christianity perspective because of the news we see and stuff. But
we're no different than them.
Oh, no, I'm not trying to justify innocence at all.
No, we're no different than. I mean, at the end of the day,
I don't disagree with you at all. Yeah. I don't disagree with you at all on that. But I think it's the Abrahamic religions more than any other.
That's fair.
my whole theory. Okay, and then this is a whole nother subject that we could have a whole podcast on because I love to talk about this.
Yeah.
Yahweh is a Canaanite deity of war.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we have, I don't care if you believe in Yahweh or Allah, they're the same person.
Yeah.
They have the same lore. They have the same experiences with Moses, the same experience with Enoch, the same experience with Abraham.
It goes back to everything. Every religion kind of has the same basis and it has the same ground level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like everything kind of ties back to the whole, we all believe in the same shit.
Well,
but I do agree with you that the Christian religion, the Jewish religion, and the Islamic religion push it more on people.
Yeah,
that's because they're the Abrahamic religions.
That's what
I'm saying.
I think that's what I'm saying. Like, there's like that key tie with those.
That's why I've said before.
If you don't fit our mold,
yes,
you are
wrong. Oh, you're
wrong.
Yeah,
like there's no like, and there's no saving of it either. That's the issue.
Let me just put the difference between Yahweh and Jesus. They're not the same person.
Yeah.
Jesus never mentioned Yahweh being his father. Yahweh never mentioned having a son.
That's a whole nother.
Okay, but
it's so crazy.
What I have said for a while now is the world will not know peace until we stop the majority of us praying to Yahweh, who is the God of war. Okay, Jesus is a different subject. I'm not talking about Jesus at all.
No. Because Yahweh and Jesus are not the same. They're
know,
not one and the same.
This is probably. I mean, we kind of went off the rails, but that's where. Look at the Old Testament and the New Testament. If you're looking in Christianity, look at the Old Testament, New Testament. It looks like a completely different.
They're literally they are two separate
totally
books.
Different.
You can't tell me
they're two separate books.
The God that in the Old Testament was saying, "Go kill these people," and then and it literally says, slaughter everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Leave no one alive.
Except the young women for yourself.
And here's what's bad.
Yeah.
They left certain people alive and then were punished for not killing them. And then in the New Testament,
I will never not be on the soapbox. I'm just saying.
And then in the New Testament, you have the deity Jesus. Love your neighbor. Yeah. Love your enemy as yourself. Turn the other cheek.
Yeah.
Socialist immigrant here.
Telling
people to love each other.
Yeah.
I think that's it's funny
which
that
is
we
so
brought
wild.
this up because I saw a clip from a movie called Gifted, which is a great movie. But there's this scene that I think is so beautiful because essentially it's Chris Evans who plays in it, but he's raising this little girl, and she's like this child genius. But anyways, there's this scene where she asks him, she's like, "Do you believe in God?" And he's like, I don't know. And then she says, "Do you believe in, or what do you think about Jesus?" And he's like, "I like that guy.
Yeah.
He says some good stuff." And she goes, "Do you believe he's God?" He's like, "I don't know." And he's like, I have my opinions on it, but why would my opinion affect your opinion? And so I like his take. But I like that because when you look at the teachings of Jesus, for the most part, and maybe people will call me out and say, well, what about when he said this, said that? Fine.
Yeah.
But for the most part, what I know and what I've read, he does teach love people. And that's the bad part.
The only time, and again, they'll correct this too, the only time that he got upset, though, was when the churches were making money and they were taking money from the poor.
Yes, yeah, that's what
that was when he got upset. So if anyone's calling your ass out about it, that's probably why. Because
but that's the thing, though. There's still a lovingness to that in the sense that he was looking out for the poor people. He was upset about the way money was being taken from them.
Yes.
And using
he was a socialist.
his name or using God's name.
Yes.
As a way to get this money.
But I say all that to say Christians, and me and Kaylin have talked about this at length, Christians have gone so far off
the rails
what Jesus preached. Now, whether that means they are turned back to the Old Testament, because once again, we could talk about the differences between those two.
Well, they have. Yes, they have. Paul. They have turned back to the Old Testament, but the thing that they do is they pick and choose what they want to believe. Because there's so many teachings of the Old Testament that would have them stoned to death that they turn the other cheek to. You know what I'm saying? But there's other things though that I don't agree with that, so I abide by that.
Or Jesus came to dismantle the law.
I wish,
so we don't have to
the
obey
one
law.
thing that I wish, and I've said this before, maybe not to you all, but I wish he would come back. I wish that the whole rapture thing would happen. I wish he would come back, because the people who have wished for it are going to learn a lesson that they never wanted to learn.
Right.
And they're going to be so ashamed, and that would be the only thing that would open their eyes. You know what I'm saying?
The people that are praising
the people that are
of cities,
the murder of children,
the
burning of children,
the people who have flags in their fucking car on their rearview mirror for other countries that I will not say.
Looking at you, person I saw last Sunday after church.
We are the United States of other countries now, and it's disgusting that these people praise that they celebrate it.
Christianity in today focuses more on praising the Bible than it does praising Jesus, and more of the words that are listened to are the words of Paul. Yeah. Paul is not Jesus. Paul never met Jesus.
I'm doing a golf clap. I don't want to be too loud.
And we care more about what Paul says than what Jesus says.
Yep.
And that's why I left the church. And I will tell anybody that. I will look at my pastor from that old church and I will say, the day you said that we cannot follow the red words only because we're making excuses for our life is the day that I left the church.
The two things, there's two reasons. I feel like this has nothing to do with Appalachian folklore now.
That's all right.
I like this path. There's two big reasons why I've separated from the church. And one is because there's too many plot holes. There's too many questions that I had that no one could answer. Yeah. And when I asked those questions, they were like, you probably shouldn't dive too deep into those things. And I'm like, there's one thing I don't like is I don't like when a religion or anything that I'm basing my entire soul and life around is not wanting me to ask questions.
Right.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you're supposed to just blindly follow.
It's supposed to be listening.
Blindly follow.
And two, I grew up in a Christian household. I don't have religious trauma from my parents. My parents were wonderful to me. Mm-hmm. I think they have flaws. I think everybody does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think my parents try to follow what Jesus taught.
I love
more than a lot of people I know. Mm-hmm. I respect my parents. They're Christian. I'm not, but I respect them to this day because I think they truly try. But what I noticed was, as a whole, Christianity does not follow the things that I grew up being taught.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to be a part of that.
And I see the same thing in my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100. Oh,
Me
yeah.
too.
Your dad's. Yeah.
My dad can come in
He's
here
legit.
and understand that I have 2 friends that are homosexual, and he will not be mad and say,
Invites
"Get out of my
us to dinner."
So
Like literally invite, like
Yeah.
literally does what Jesus wanted people to do,
Yep.
and breaks bread with us.
Yeah.
well, it's
You know what I'm
like
saying? Like that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge
My
to me.
cousin came out as gay. Well, I guess he's like my second cousin, but he came out as gay, and I remember one of the first persons that called him was my mom, and told, because he felt like he had been shunned by some people. And I remember my mom called him and was basically like, "Hey, we're having Christmas dinner over here. You need
That's
to
so
come
sweet.
over here." And like,
That is sweet.
and she was like the first. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain things that I see about Christianity that I can't stand, but I will say, above all, now there are certain things too that my mom and dad do that they're very old school in, and I'm like, get with the times, okay?
Yeah.
Like, but I think that's less about. I think that's less about their religion and more about
about looking trashy or something.
more about
Yes.
them being older.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think there's less about that or
Well,
more about that. But
Like with my dad, Rip, wherever you
Rest in peace.
are. He was very much like that. Like I always like that's been my biggest question. Like, would he like me now? You know what I'm saying? But like at the same time, I've had to separate myself from that equation and be like, he was taught and raised how he was taught and raised. I was taught and raised how I was taught and raised. The one thing that both my mother and my father always did was told us to think. That is the biggest lesson. Like, Dad loved when I would ask him questions, whether it was about like shit he was doing when he was building our building, or like, you know, like stupid stuff like, why were you using this? What does this tool do? What does this do? What is that? He loved asking questions, and he also loved if I did not agree with something and I could like back it up with an argument.
Yeah.
He liked that. Like he would have, like we would have debates.
Yeah.
but churches
that were
don't
not,
like that anymore.
they don't like it.
No.
But that's why I'm like, I understand he was raised and he was conditioned how he was conditioned. So it's like I have to separate that mentality from who he was and like how I was raised. And like, I'm like you, I don't really have like religious trauma from him. I have religious trauma from the church.
For sure. Yeah.
That's where my trauma
and
comes
I think
from.
That's a lot of people. I think
To get kicked out at, like for wearing jeans on a Wednesday night.
That is crazy.
When
ridiculous.
he had been going there since the 70s, and the amount of money that he has paid to that church.
But at least he stood up and he said, we're not going
get the
back.
fuck out of my house. He didn't say that. But he was like, you know, like he brought that up. I tithe well over the 10% that the Bible says to you all weekly. And this is where we stand. And they were like, your money's no good to us. And he's like, get out.
God.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
Oh man.
I kind of in my head,
I know,
in my head, I love that because it's like I love that he got to have that awakening before he died.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I truly do think it changed him, a lot of it, and that's
Yeah.
what I think with me, like questioning things over my life, like as I've gotten older, like how would he view me? What would would he have turned his back on me?
Right. Yeah.
Paired with like the fact that he did like questions being asked in debates and like that opening his eyes, I think
I think he would.
it would be fine.
Yeah.
It would have been a what the fuck moment, but then eased into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the spirits of the round table, y'all.
So
Anyway, that's Appalachian folklore.
we also have religion here.
We have religion here along with the folklore. So it all makes sense together.
Are
fair.
you?
You brought up the Christians and
I
witchcraft.
know. I'm
That's
sorry.
true.
It was my fault.
I mean, it
You
was a
opened
good.
that can
I
of
mean,
worms.
Oh no,
it was a
fun.
good conversation.
Yeah, it was a great
it was.
conversation. So anyway, are you Appalachian?
Are you a cattywampus?
Are
Are
you
you
a
a Christian?
cattywampus?
Are you a Pentecostal?
Are you a Christian witch? Because those are a
those
thing.
are a thing.
Are you a granny?
Yeah. Are you a granny?
And
witch?
if you are, I love you.
Are you Tina?
Oh, hi Tina.
Hi, Teeny. We love you.
Hey Tina.
Oh,
Anyway,
we're gonna have you one day on our podcast.
If you have any stories or anything to tell, anything you want us to talk about, send us an email at spiritsoftheroundtable@gmail.com.
Hit us up on TikTok. You better watch us.
Ooh, you better watch
Yeah,
it.
if you want to see me being crazy.
Like, we are over the one. Like, please follow us. We finally hit 1,000. We're gonna go live. We may have already gone live. I don't know.
No.
Okay.
No, not yet.
Were you filming?
Yeah, just in case I wanted to put something on TikTok, but I think I'm just gonna scratch some things out and put them on TikTok.
That's fair.
And
yeah. And what?
If it's your birthday, happy.
You know who has a birthday coming up this month?
I know 2 people having a birthday this month.
Who?
His is first.
His is first.
And yours is second.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yours is the 7th. 8th. I'm very fucking proud of myself for knowing that it was. I knew it was like one of those days.
And Jacob's is the 24th. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to see what
if I got that wrong, that would have been bad. I stressed myself for a second. I was like,
what did you say?
I said 11th, and I was like, and she said 24th, and I'm like, well, this is bad.
It's actually the 24th.
Because I'm like, oh shit.
I am a chronic rememberer of birthdays. I remember birthdays.
Okay, when's my birthday then?
May 23rd.
Oh.
August 11th.
Yours is 9/11.
No.
9/10.
No.
9/6.
29.
9/6.
Who's? Oh, I know whose was.
9/11 is the United States birthday.
Yeah. It's not the United States.
Sorry.
Well, that got dark really quick. Damn.
Bye.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.